everybody, it's Pendragon, and today's video is brought to you by W Energy. So I'm gonna keep things short and sweet. W Energy is a clean energy drink that has no sugar, no calories, and comes in a variety of delicious flavors, including Galaxy Grenade and Dragonade. Not only does it give you no jitters and no crash, but it's chock full of vitamins and amino acids, which are great for you. Use promo code Pendragon for 10% off of your order, and give it a shot today. And now, on to the video. Hey everybody, it's Pendragon and welcome back to more Runescape Hardcore Ironman. So last time on our Hardcore Ironman series, we made it to Lumbridge. So I said we were actually going to head into the castle, so let's just go ahead and do that. So we are getting the keys from, what do you call him? Pirate Frank or something like that. Oh, Redbeard Frank. There his name is, yeah. Pays to read. But, we're getting his keys so we can actually add them to our currency pouch and turn those in whenever we head to Port Sam eventually. But our first thing we're going to do is actually do our first quest. So we're going to do Cook's Assistant because the Pathfinder list here is actually a bunch of simple quests, kind of like by order of release. Well, not order of release, but just order of whatever makes sense for the game, I guess. So our first one, of course, is going to be Cook's Assistant. So let's set that active. And we just need an empty pot and an empty bucket to get our rewards. So we're going to do that real quick. So grab an empty pot here. The bucket, we already have. Oh, we already have a pot too. I wasn't even paying attention. But let's talk to the cook. So, what am I to do? What's wrong? Can you make me a cake? You don't look very happy. Nice hat. What happened to the castle? Let's just ask him what's wrong. So, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm in a terrible, terrible mess. It's the Duke's birthday today, and I should be making him a lovely big birthday cake with special ingredients. But I've forgotten to get the ingredients. I'll never get them in time. He'll sack me. Whatever will I do? I have 4 children and a goat to look after. Would you help me, please? And then he'll ask us, of course, to accept the quest. And, oh, thank you, thank you. I must tell you that this is no ordinary cake, though. Only the best ingredients will do. I need a super large egg, top quality milk, and some extra fine flour. So, where can I find those, of course? So, the cook does not know. But there are some places that are now marked. And it's set in red, but it's actually going to be in blue, because that's how they do it in RuneScape 3 nowadays. And we are actually going to go ahead and do some exploring to find what we need each of these, or what we need for each of these items. So we got the Lumbridge guardmen doing their thing over there. So the first thing we need is that milk, and we do have a bucket already. So if we speak to Gilly Groats over here, she should be able to help us. So hello, I'm Gilly. What can I do for you? I'm after some top quality milk. So really, is it for something special? Well, certainly it's for the cook to make a cake for Duke Horatio. Wow, it's quite an honor that you picked my cows. I suggest you get some milk for my prize cow. Which one's that? She's on the east side of the field, over by the cliff. Be gentle. Alright, so we have to go to the east side by the cliff and milk the prize dairy cow. So you can actually just get a bucket over here. But all you need to do is just allow yourself to milk the cow. Hopefully that doesn't mess up YouTube, because I know YouTube's kind of finicky about things like that for some reason. Just the weirdest things I noticed would get taken down. But anyways, let's go ahead and look for this egg as well. Actually, the egg's over here. It's on this side. I remember now. They actually updated this quest from how it was back in old school. So back in old school, you could just get regular milk, a regular egg, and a regular pot of flour. But you actually have to hunt for things now in the quest, so specific items. So if we look along these eggs, we should be able to find one. Oh, there it is, the big one, the super large egg. So go ahead and grab that, and all we need is the flour. So the flour is super easy to get. You just need wheat, which you can get from these areas. And we also need to go to the mill. Also, I don't know why my character was running the wrong way there. Oh, it's because you can actually get around there from south of here now, because there are a lot of bridges and paths to get rid of certain shortcuts, I guess. Probably because of the addition of mobile skills or mobile abilities. So let's go ahead and get this flour. Also, I'm not going to really be cutting much during quest episodes or during quests, because like I said before, I want to kind of make this more of a Let's Play style. So, okay, yeah, learning how to rest and all that stuff, which is easier for Runescape 3. You can actually regain your run energy faster. So let's grab some wheat. And let's see. Go on inside the mill, and we're going to ask about that. Finding ground flour. So welcome to the mill, looking for extra fine flour. Sorry, that's what it's called. What's wrong with ordinary flour? Well, I'm no expert chef, but apparently it makes better cakes. This cake you see is for Duke Horatio. Really? How marvelous. Well, I can sure help you out there. Go ahead and use the mill and I'll realign. Okay, I accidentally skipped it while I was reading. I didn't pay much attention. But you can learn how to mill flour, which pretty much you just climb up the ladder all the way to the top. And then you can investigate the hopper. So use wheat from the inventory on your hopper, or on the hopper. There we go, words. And then operate the hopper controls. And that should create finely ground flour. Also, you can right click on the ladder and select bottom, obviously, which I kind of missed. But you can take the flour, and now we have extra fine flour because Millie was willing to change it. They also added pots to the inside of the mill to make things easier, so you can actually grab all your ingredients, or everything they need to hold the ingredients, without much issue. And then of course adding buckets by cows was a smart idea too. This is the Lumbridge Market, by the way, over here, for those of you who haven't played the game. So that could be where we can actually work on our thieving and such. But we are about to finish up this quest now that we have all of the items. So let's go ahead and talk to the cook and do just that. So how are you getting on with finding the ingredients? You give the top quality milk to the cook. Here's some top quality milk. Extra fine flour. Here's some extra fine flour. Wow, that's hard for me to say. And here's a super large egg. So you brought me everything I need. I am saved. Thank you. And so do I get to go to the Duke's party? I'm afraid not. Only the big cheeses get to dine with the Duke. Well, maybe one day I'll be important enough to sit at the Duke's table. Maybe, but I won't be holding my breath. Alright, and now that we have finished that quest, there's actually better rewards now too. So not only do you get a bunch of cooking experience, and achievements of course, because you're actually gaining everything, you can actually claim the cook's extra rewards after cook's assistant. Interesting. I wonder if that was added for those who already did the quest maybe, and didn't do the remake. But anywho, you get 500 coins, you get 20 sardines, and access to the cook's range. And of course, now we advanced 2 cooking levels. We're at level 9, so we can make spicy sauce now and chili con carne. And you can actually use this specific cooking range, and you actually will not burn items as often. It has a much lower chance of burning items. I don't know the exact percentage or anything, but we'll figure it out one day, or I'll get told it in the comments or something. But anyways, that completes the cook's assistant in our first quest. So now we can either move on to more of the combat stuff. We can go to the Restless Ghost, which is fun. And see, it'll tell you like no required items, and you must be able to defeat whatever enemies. So we can do the Blood Pact, but I think I actually want to do a little bit of grinding. So I'm going to grind this up to like level 10, do some mining, do some smithing, because there is a mine down here that has your copper 10, and I think they have clay now. We'll find out once we get over there. But you basically go past where there's a quest, and here is one of the bridges that they added. So now you can actually sail to the dungeoneering area from there, and you can actually just go straight to Al-Kharid, which makes things way easier. So we got copper, we got 10, and we got clay now. So you guys have already seen mining and smithing, so I'm going to go ahead and just skip ahead to where I have my levels raised, and I'm going to go over to the goblins and do some combat. Oh, and one thing that I actually forgot about, now that we have the Dwarven Army Axe, we are able to get the Lapis Lazuli, so this is what it looks like. You get a chance from getting it from mining the different rocks and such. We actually jumped up to level 6 mining already, so that's going fast. And then of course 9 cooking, it tells us all the things that we've unlocked. But I just wanted to show off the Lapis Lazuli that we can actually craft in order to make a brooch and such, which you'll get the knot from chopping regular trees and such. And yeah, that's really about it. You can make a brooch and then sell for a pretty penny or whatever you really want to do with it. Anywho, I shall return again as I finish this up. Oh nice, so we actually did get one of the wooden knots already. So I'm just going to show you guys what a completed Lapis Lazuli brooch looks like, and it gives you a strength bonus. So that you could actually wear in your necklace slot, just to kind of have for a short time, just as a boost for melee. Anyways, let's get back to that grind. Oh, after I show you that we do get geodes, which normally contain like spirit shards or some common gems and such. But spirit shards are going to be really good for us because we're going to need those for summoning, which we will get to eventually, you know, past the spirit wolf and a bunch of other stuff. Anyways, back to the grind. Oh nice, so while I was actually doing a little bit of selling during the grind, which was actually very shortly after I said I'd be right back again, we actually managed to get a black bead, which is important for the Imp Catcher quest, because you actually have to get 4 different beads. But actually, now that I think about it, you might not be able to use this one on the new version. They might have done something where you have to kind of we have to do different things to get the beads. I forget exactly. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done it. But anyways, once again, back to the grind. Nice. So while grinding, we actually did get a couple uniques from the goblins, and we also got a golden beam. As you can see on here, it means there was a rare drop, which was 3 grapes. I only had enough room for 2 of them. But as you can see here, there's a new collection log entry. It says Goblin Book, and then if I scroll up, it also says, once I get to it, Goblin Mail. The Goblin Mail is actually important for a quest. And then of course now we have an Earth Talisman as well, so now we actually have, I believe we are 2 off from having like the main fight that we really need early on. And otherwise, we also got a charge bow, which does not use arrows, and it's a ranged weapon. So we are actually going to be using that over the short bow wherever I go and train range, which is going to be very shortly. We also got some runes, of course, and then a Staff of Air, which is nice. And then the Goblin Book's good for, I believe, lore for our quest. We also have more strange rocks, of course. So we're actually going to be taking care of that next episode probably. But I need to get back to the grind, so I shall return in a little bit. Oh nice, we actually got a gold charm drop, so we could actually go back and do that thing real quick at Berthorpe. So let me go ahead and cast the home teleport, which uses the lodestone network as we know. And I'm going to go take care of that. And here we are back at the summoning place. So I forgot I can actually grab an extra gold charm so I can actually show both of these things off. And of course I only brought one pair of wolf bones, so let me get more. So what you want to do is infuse your pouch. Of course only make one if you have enough for two. Then, oh wait, no, we do want to create two. I almost forgot. So after you create two of them, you can actually start creating the scrolls. So Hal makes NPCs flee for a short period, which they can use as a familiar, like, special ability pretty much. So I'm going to get 10 of those scrolls, which is going to come in handy for once I summon the wolf. There we go. You can actually use the scrolls on the spirit wolf, and now it's holding 10 scrolls. You can actually set the auto fire rate to 1, which means every auto attack it will use one of its scrolls, I believe. Or you can just cast it manually. So this could be like an emergency switch kind of thing with the spirit wolf. And now we're actually going to make our way across Gillinor a bit, and we're going to make our way to actually a few different places. So by exiting out here, instead of going through the, once I actually open the gate, there we go. Instead of actually, going to Lumbridge, we could have actually made our way all the way over here to Falador. So you can activate the little stone over here, and now we actually have access to another city. Now this is a very big city quest-wise, because this is like the Asgardian kingdom, I believe, so Kingdom of Asgardia, and I believe that's the ruler of that area, and then there's another one, Mistolin. That's the one that King Roald, which is Varrock, rules over. I always mix up the kingdom names just because they're on the map, so it makes it super easy. So you can zoom in and out, it's giving us a map tutorial. We don't really need it though. It's honestly pretty easy. So, you can look up things, you can actually go by dungeon, sort of thing. And of course, we're gonna close all that stuff. So yeah, the Kingdom of Asgardia is over on this area. I believe it starts at Falador. And then Kingdom of Stalin is going to be, all these little areas here. Up until, of course, desert areas, which are different, and so on and so forth. But we will get to those when we get to them. So let's go ahead and make our way east, because we can actually get a solution to these strange rocks. Now, I'm not going to turn them off, because I do like them. And you will see a reason why I like them once we actually get through this little path. So this is the town of Varrock, and this is another central hub for newbies, because up there is the Grand Exchange. Only thing we can get is bonds, which extends your membership and such. So we will be going there quite a bit once we start raking in money on this account. But let's go ahead and make our way to where I wanted to go, which is the museum. And I know I could have just cut through this, I could have just made it super simple and everything, but I want to show you guys different locations that we haven't really been to by actually walking and having a discussion, It is a Let's Play, so. But anywho, there is a plinth here. So if you talk to Marius Gate, it talks about the Rock Museum, found a rock while training, and then, they recognize the rock, and asking Caden, oh, the guy actually across from there, but there's something special about these rocks. and they are for the part of Damarok, a mage from the very early days of magic. And they believe it was a myth. There's all these stories about him, that he was a mage of great power back in the Second Age, and so on and so forth. Talks about, runes and such. What happened to him, he was turned to stone and cursed. So pretty much we are finding the stones of him, and then they also mention his wife, which we'll have to remember that later. So I'm going to try to put him back together. And then they were reserving this for a Saradomin statue, but now they're like, oh, we might as well, just add the statues to this for now. So be sure you get the rocks paired right, though. They interlock, so there are twins to the different rocks. And where is it? You can get a list of the pieces, or you can right click on him and click collect rock bag. So if you want bad to keep further finds in, I can supply one, yes please. So now we can actually get a statue collection bag, which you can fill, and I like to keep with me unless I can't have stuff in my inventory. But when you click add to the plinth, you actually will automatically add a rock in its twin. When they have it, I forgot to scroll back down, and you gain XP and whatever skills that you have turned in. So now we are level 10 mining, we can get the iron pickaxe and everything. And I'm also going to go to the lodestone, which is to the south of Varrock. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to training, because I can show you guys the lodestone first, and then go ahead and do that skip, because I forgot how fast you move when you run into RuneScape 3. It's not like old school where you would actually lose your running ability really fast. Also, there's a party going on in that inn. So let's activate the lodestone. And now we can actually teleport here anytime we want. So now, once we're out of that cutscene, let's get back to the grind. Oh yeah, and there are these monthly things where you can actually build scaffolds. So you can actually, oh, you can't do it when you have a familiar. So, oops, I bumped my mic, of course I did. I'm going to actually dismiss that familiar, because we can always make another one, and it'll return the scrolls to your inventory. Now let's go ahead and do this whole theme with Copernicus Glyph, which pretty much what you want to do is he will run you through the story that every month there's a statue of worship that gets ruined. So it gets chipped away at by people apparently, and they leave it into just a rough stone block. So we can actually use this stone block to rebuild the statue and gain some nice experience. So yes, what do I need to do? And then we just gotta basically adjust the heights and such. So let's go ahead and skip ahead a little bit here. You get experience with construction, which is helpful too. So how often can I help you? Yep, start of each calendar month, which actually goes based upon real time. So let me help you. Or you can ask about the generic, oh, what are the locals like around here, so that you know which god or goddess or anything that you need to build here. So remember how to do this? Yes, I remember how to do this. You just reminded me. So which one is correct here? So if you choose the wrong one, you will get Slayer experience instead of Prayer experience after building the statue. Now this is Lumbridge, so you want Saradomin, so we're going to go with Ziliana. So you get the feeling that a statue of Ziliana would suit the area perfectly and won't upset any locals. Are you sure you wish to build the statue? Yes, and then you gain Prayer experience. So let's go ahead and build this. You need just 20 pieces of scaffolding, with the lowest being 2 and the highest being 5. So what I do is I set them all to the lowest, and then I just set a few to the highest, and we will figure it out. So there we go. Apparently there's only 1, 2. Oh, I got it right first try actually. I wonder if that was muscle memory for me. But when the green circle appears around him, he will actually... Oh, never mind. I guess that just means that I used up enough. So since this is too high, that needs to go up. Now it's green again, and that's exactly what he wanted. So never mind, I almost had it right first try though, which is surprising. And you get a cool little animation scene of, you know, your characters going to work and creating these different statues. And it's actually super useful because you gain quite a bit of construction experience. And I believe it scales up with you. So now you can pray at the statue as well, and we just gained 2 construction levels right off the bat. Now you can pray, you also gain good prayer XP, and then we chose the right one, so no worry about fanatics. He tells us about the next one, which is in Talverley, so I'll just tell him I'll meet him there. And we gained 2 prayer levels out of that as well. So now we're up to Mystic Will, and we hit the level 100 milestone. So all these wild skills going, and you know what? I think that's actually a really good note to end this episode. So next time on RuneScape Hardcore Ironman, I'm going to already be grinding a bit, getting some skills done and everything. And then when I come back next time, we can move on to the next quests and the next, you know, just set of things to do. It's been Pendragon, and I'll see you guys next time.